Sure. We actually wanted to start by crooning you a song, but Andre, after strenuous training, lost his voice and I forgot the script, so we're going to tell you a different story. And the story is that this world is actually, we live through this world filled of decisions we need to make. And we rationalize and will follow on every impetus that's thrown at us by trying to rationalize and understand how to make this decision. And we at FF are willing to try and help people conceive and understand the world through a different sort. Rather than following on making decisions, we want to tell them stories, and we'll cater that through the Fitness for Finance platform and demonstrate how you can really gamify and nudge the everyday finance. So let's go ahead, and if we switch, we could show and demonstrate the insights of the white label app of financial fitness. And you could see that all the information is beautifully visualized in a stack of cards, demonstrating the things I have done in terms of transactions, the recommendations of the things I need to do, and the overall statistics, or demonstrating the value and the overall money I've spent for the transaction that's tracked through the platform. So we'll go right ahead to the recent activity. So we'll see that not only the financial fitness tracks all the usual metadata from your card statement, it also utilizes a very advanced and complex set of rules and nudges and questions and recommendations and even achievements through which we'll try to contextualize every decision that was previously made by the user. So exemplified by this transaction of me being offered a regular savings goal for a family vacation, and for which certain financial fitness points, or happiness points, is given. And I'll explain the reason for this a bit later. So we're going to take this. So FF operates like an if this then that in everyday spending. So it constantly tries to dig up the core thing that makes you tick, and will understand the real cause of you making this and that transaction, like asking whether this recent Uber ride I took was part of my business travel. We're going to say no. What's also important, and what's one of the core reasons of us all doing this thing, is that we try to make transaction part of the whole story. So if you recognize and see that this transaction, me buying tickets for the BA, is also tagged with the Finovate, you can recognize that I, as a human being, would always rationalize this expense in terms of the event of me coming here on stage to demo you the solution that's been part of my life for almost 3 years. And you can believe me and check my Twitter profile. I didn't do lolcats, I do hardcore fintech stuff. And we can further embed the transactions we are processing by offers from participating merchants that further help us to promote the positive paths for the users that track their spending through the platform. So we're going to pass on that as well, so goodbye Viva. And apart from the rational cues or offering all these things, we also operate the irrational ones, because we're actually people and we operate on emotions. So that's why a subset of rules we have implemented as part of FF, the achievements for tracking the individual metadata of the transaction, like following that the fifth transaction for the week for Starbucks, give me this achievement. And last but not least is the transaction I made at Tesco to the grocery retail in the UK, where we further try to conceptualize the idea of motivating you even through the most mundane transactions that you do by, for example, offering you a personalized calorie restriction program to promote the things you'd rather buy at the store through a personalized medicine provider that will queue in and use their API. And upon answering all that, we also promoting and nudging the user and giving him certain happiness points for providing us with this information, because it's very much important and give us more insight about how to arrive at more detailed recommendation we'll throw at the user every day. So you can now see that the recommendation card has been changed and there's a new recommendation coming up, so we're going to see and discover that it's actually the same nudge that I've just answered in the recent activity on me creating the savings goal. And why we do that again is because we're trying to create this separate routine of a slow thinking of a person actually weighing on different opportunities for him, deferring the transactions from the immediate or day-to-day spending onto more long-term things. And so we're going to take this and again accept, and the transaction will be tracked and executed and tracked every month. And for the grocery store, I've done every other Tuesday at the French grocery store. We're also trying to promote you and again execute on our promise to curate your overall fitness rather than just a financial one, and offer you certain products that we feel might be good for you. So we're going to take this as well. We'll just leave it at that. So let's see how this all stacks up in statistics. So rather than only show you on how much money you spend per itemized category, we're also creating this new dimension, which is one of the ideas why we're using these points, of you showing this pretty much simplified Maslow pyramid, which is the case, so that the user could see that actually not that much money that he spends that gives him the most bang, or the most juice in terms of going places and seeing things and helping his family and so on and so forth. And we actually try to create a peer pressure to comparing people with this peer group, spending the same amount of money, but distributing them differently. So we'll go back another cool stuff as we even created a special tile to help users convert the points they've accrued for a random draw for a random special event, again further reinforcing the positive path you could take. So to sum up, we live in a world of fast-paced decisions, and the information overload is just immense. And we have to go through that by using fast thinking. So that's on a subconscious level. And subconscious is driven by emotion and not reason. And we use that as a platform to help banks to gamify the experience they provide to the users as a B2B service. So we'd love to tell you more about our attractions we recently launched at our booth. So thank you so much. Thank you.